For my December bullet journal theme, this month I went with a really soft and magical theme inspired by Swan Lake and other classic winter ballets. I mixed pastel pinks and greens along with delicate ballerina and swan stickers to give everything a dreamy vintage scrapbook feel. I also added a bit of gold with lettering and stickers to add that sparkle for the holidays. Hello everyone, my name is Norvia and welcome back to my channel. Opening up my bullet journal, I'll get started on my very last monthly setup for 2025. The first page I'll start working on is my cover page. The decoration for this setup is pretty repetitive since I'll do the same techniques on every page. First off, I'll layer my two washi tapes, either this plain mint green one or this pink grid one, down first, and then I'll layer torn scrapbook papers over top. I like to vary the lengths of the washi tapes so that not everything lines up straight. Also, I really like to tear the edges of my papers since I feel like this is more interesting than just having a straight edge on them. Finally, over top of those two elements, I'll start layering stickers. Now this is something I usually cut out, but right here you can see that I'm trying to unstick a piece of cat hair from underneath the sticker. You can also see the culprit, Nacho, walking by right now. Also, if you've watched my videos before, you might notice that my voice sounds a little bit different today. I'm getting over a cold, so please bear with me. Also because of that, this video isn't going to have a ton of voiceover. I'm mostly going to introduce the pages to you and then let the background music take over. To letter the main titles, I'll go in with my gold Artex paint pen to do this dainty style with a bit of flourish. Finally, I'll put a few more stickers in the empty spaces before moving on to my gratitude log. The numbers 1 through 31 are written down the left side of the page, so that way I'll have one line a day for each day of the month. By the way, if you like the look of any of the supplies or materials that I'm using, I will have links to everything in the description. The decoration and title will go at the top of the page, where I'll also be introducing these small gold letter stickers. These stickers help tie everything together since it matches well with the title and with the gold foiling in a lot of the other stickers. Finally, to help differentiate each line from each other, I'll go in with a gray marker to highlight every second line. Flipping the page, I'll start working on my calendar spread. Since this month is so busy for me, I decided to make the calendar big and give it 2 pages. 4 of the columns are on the left side of the page and 3 are on the right. Here I've left space at the top, bottom, and both sides for the decoration. At the top of the screen, you'll also be able to see the tail of my other cat, Peanut. At the bottom of the page, I'll write December in the same dainty font with my gold Arctic paint pen as before. If you like the look of things so far, I'd really appreciate if you could give this video a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Next, I'll move on to my mood and habit trackers. While my mood tracker changes from month to month, it usually involves some type of element that I need to draw or color in each day. This month, I've been really busy getting all of my 2026 bullet journal and reading journal set up, so I decided to just print out the images and glue them in instead of drawing them out myself. I found a couple different variations of swan drawings, so I put them on a Word document, printed them out, and then cut them out and glued them in individually. At the top of the page, we'll have my title for the mood tracker, along with the 6 different boxes of my legend showing which colors go to which mood. Moving over to the right page, this is going to be my habit trackers. I'm going to outline and number in 9 different calendars to track 9 different habits this month. The habit tracker will get the title at the bottom of the page, with most of the decoration going at the top. I do mess up this title a little bit, but I'll cover it with some sticker paper and then just go over it again so that you can't really see what's underneath. Moving on, I'll start working on the page for my meal tracker. This page is very similar to my calendar setup, but it's almost like if you turned it sideways. This page has 31 boxes, each with 4 lines so that I can write what I had for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks each day. This page will get decorated much the same like the previous ones, with me first laying down washi tape, then the torn scrapbook paper, and finally the stickers over top. Also, just like before, this page will get a title for the meal tracker down at the bottom of the page. With that page completed, I finished all of my monthly pages, and now I'll move on to the weeklies. For this page, I'll start with the decoration before moving on to the functional parts. This page has 8 boxes that are oriented towards the center binding of the page. 7 of the boxes will be for days of the week, and the final 8th box will be for any notes or events that are happening this week. The gold letter stickers will be used again to do the titles and numbers for each day. Moving on to my second weekly, this is one of my favorite styles to do. I like to call this my radio weekly since all the lines radiate in a starburst pattern from the center of the page. First, I'll lay down a piece of scrapbook paper in the very center of the page. Then I'll layer stickers over top of this paper along its outside edge. Once I have all the decoration I like, I'll go in with my pen to do the lines to separate each planting space from each other. Finally, I'll write the titles and numbers in 2 different colors with my Crayola Super Tips. Moving on to my third weekly, this is what I like to call an open concept weekly. This one also has 8 planting spaces, but they're not boxed in with an outline. Instead, I use second line highlights to denote where each of the planting spaces should go. I wish I had a really nice soft pastel yellow to go with the other pastel colors I used in this setup, but unfortunately all of my yellows are really bright. Instead, I went with this more orangey tan marker to match with some of the darker tones in some of the stickers and gold lettering. I've left some space blank in the center of these pages, both horizontally and vertically, to almost create a plus shape. This is where my decoration for this page will go. Flipping the page, I'll move on to my fourth weekly. To start, each of the pages will be divided in half vertically and then divided into thirds horizontally. This gives me 6 boxes on each page with a total of 12 boxes between them. 8 of the boxes will be for my functional planting space and 4 of them will be for decoration. You can see I do mess up the vertical line on the right page so that the line gets a little wonky. That box was going to be a planting space, but I can cover up my mistake if I make that a decoration space instead. To make sure I know where everything goes, I'll do the titles and numbers first, and then I'll do the decoration. Flipping the page, I have one more half weekly to do. When I'm doing my bullet journals, I like to keep all of one year in one bullet journal and then start the year fresh in a new one. In this week, the first 4 days fall into December, so they're included in this bullet journal. The last 3 days of the week fall into January, so they will be included in my 2026 January bullet journal setup. For now, I'm going to leave this right page blank, but I might go back to it and use it for a reflection or for even more planning space. With all my pages completed, I still have some more stickers on my sticker sheets. I like to try and carefully ration these out so that I have enough for all pages. Now that I know that I have some left over, I'll go throughout the pages I've already done to add a few more stickers to the empty spaces. With those last few additions, it's time for the final flip through. Thank you for watching all the way until the end of this video, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing me set up this dainty and magical Swan Lake theme. I'd love if you could leave me a comment down below letting me know what theme you use for December and what bullet journal you're going to use for 2026. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.